Good evening, Davey.
Welcome to episode 2 of season 2 of Tarts
How you
and
doing?
Tunes.
Are you well?
I'm warm.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening, good evening, good evening.
I'm very happy.
Thank-
I won something in a raffle yesterday.
Was it the box of chocolates again?
No. Outright, check this. It was the fire station open day in Lerwick, and we took the children to see the fire engines and play with the things.
You won the poll, didn't you?
Yeah. And I entered the raffle and I won a garden chair. An outside garden chair.
Not an inside garden chair.
A big wooden garden chair thing. And so it's just come at the right time of year because it's pouring down.
Yeah,
tonight.
same here. Same here. Absolutely same
So
here.
I reckon first thing will be to get some
Bring it
sort
inside.
of waterproof paint.
Use a wax.
Oh, gee.
Don't paint it, wax it.
All right, okay. It doesn't look that expensive. Anyway, that was where I was at. And then last night I was playing at a wedding in Unst, which was fantastic. That was a real cracking wedding. Lots of kilts. Bit unusual for the north of Shetland. Never so many kilts going about. So what have you been up to yourself?
I was at Pitlochry Highland Games yesterday with a band.
Oh yeah, how did that go? Is that good?
I got dropped again. Yeah, I know. Issue with the reed, a new reed, another issue, but maybe a bad batch. Don't know. Just sod's law. And
but do you not? You don't mind, do you, when it's going wrong? You really don't.
I did kind of want to play, to be honest with you, because I'd spent all day there, and then so there for 10 o'clock, parade down the street at 11:30, hang about till 4 o'clock. I think we played, or the band played.
Right.
And I was heading back after it anyway, because It was my
Yeah,
birthday
there is
yesterday, so
only so many burgers you can eat in 6 hours. Isn't there?
didn't have anything, didn't eat at all day. Kind of regretted that.
No, it's not good. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Absolutely wonderful to see you joining us tonight. Lots of folk joining us already.
Yes.
Hi, Joe and Orkney, Derek, and where is Derek? Derek's outside Glasgow somewhere.
Bahamas.
Mick Rocks in Mexico. Not bad. I bet there's no raining there. Right.
Mexico,
So,
Dumfries, Lochnaven.
Lochnaven, yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a great guest for you tonight as well. One of the young semi-finalists from the Young Tradition of the Traditional Musician of the Year.
Of the year, yes.
ABC. And it's a chap called Matt Tighe. Matt's originally from London, or outside London, but living in Glasgow now. So we've got him coming on in a wee while for you. So really looking forward to that. Catch up with him and he's playing. So you're going to get plenty of fiddle music tonight. So all you fiddle enthusiasts out there, hit that share button.
Yep.
Keep sharing wherever you're watching. YouTube, Facebook, whatever it may be. Just pile away. And sorry if I confused anybody by scheduling the show at the wrong time, but fortunately we have a techie genius, Davey here, who sorted it in the last 10 minutes. So we are here.
10 minutes? 5?
5 minutes, yeah. But you done it, so it's super. Right, so there's Bonnie. Hello, Bonnie. Right, so what we've thought here, here's a wee video I made up for you. It's a set of jigs, and it's a, now, can I remember, 840 bar jig, because Royal Scottish Country Dancing isn't always in 32 bars. As we know, it's in 40s, sometimes 48s. But a wee story behind this one. The first tune, every dance, of course, has its own original tune. The composer of the dance, whoever makes up and choreographs the dance, makes up, devises, that's the word I'm after, devises the dance, picks out an original tune as the original tune. So that's why you've got like the Duke of Perth and Shifton Bobbins and all these Mary's Wedding, they've all got their own tunes. So, apparently, and I didn't know until 2 or 3 musicians got in touch with me, my tune had been picked by the deviser as the original for this tune. And it's a tune called Mr. and Mrs. Rayworth, A Mouse Mill House. And the first book, when I brought my first music book out, Davey put it all together, and that tune was in it, Davey. So, how are you doing with the books? Are you still putting some books together for folk that want books put together?
Been quiet this year, but we've got,
Huh?
I think it's 2 or 3 kind of lined up now.
Brilliant.
The next week.
Mind folk, if you ever want to bring a music book out, contact Mr. Hunter here. He makes it the easiest job in the world. So, and I mean, he had to deal with me that was totally illiterate when it came to internet-y stuff. And he got me. So, anyway, but back to that tune. So the tune, Mr. and Mrs. Rayworth, A Mouse Mill House. Now, I didn't realise it was a fellow called, now David Oswald put me right at the time. It was devised by a fellow called John and Brenchley in Australia. And I didn't realise that. And the Torridon Lasses is the name of the dance. And I thought that meant Torridon as in Scotland. But it wasn't. It was Torridon Street in the town he lived in Australia. And that's what it is. And there's actually a book out now called The Kangaroo Paw or something, of Scottish country dances devised in Australia and my dancing tunes in it. So it's really nice. So the other side of the world. But I didn't know anything about it until somebody asked me for the music. So, but anyway, so I've never met John Brenchley or anything like that. So here it is. Anyway, the second tune is one I wrote for Andy Kane, Will Pal, the fiddle player, and Andy Kane's jig. The one after that is, I can't remember, the Bonanza Two Steps in amongst it somewhere. And can I do a quick remember? I hate forgetting what I've played in sets of tunes, but I can't remember half the time. Sorry, Andy Kane's jig, the Bonanza Two Step, and the Plighted Troth. The Plighted Troth is an Andrew Rankin tune. Let's have a wee competition. Let's see if we can get some comments in. What's a Plighted Troth, folks? There we go. wee set of jigs. Yes. Now, Marge Rankin should know this, Davey, because it was her late husband that wrote the tune.
No.
So we shall take her word for it. We're not going to argue that point with Marge. Evening, Marge. Nice to see that it was Andrew Rankin that wrote the tune. The late Andrew Rankin, as he wrote many good tunes. So it's an engagement wedding vow. There we go. Something new on me every day. Every day's a school day, isn't it? Yeah.
I think so. Especially for
So
you.
what with the pipe band with yourself now then? Is that kind of just a wee bit of break? And then...
That's no, we'll be practicing right through, and just see how it goes from there. But yeah, just one of these things.
Keep her going for next year. Get the experiments going, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, maybe some new tunes, retweaking the medley and things like that, hopefully.
Aye, good. Sounds good. So, so it's going to be, that was that this week. So, a school week in the rain this week. Our Angus is very happy this week because he's getting to go for a day on the Swan, which is a tall ship that's owned up here in Shetland. Katrina MacDonald with Indy wrote a tune for the boat called the Swan. Maggie Adamson, previous guest on the show, as the skipper. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So Angus is getting to go a day with his class on Wednesday. They're all going to sea in the Swan for a day. So he's very
hopefully they all come back.
Tell me about it. It's going to be there's going to be some amount of paperwork if they don't.
Did you get a copy of the risk assessment, do you?
Risk assessment. Do you know, David? A school about 5 years ago asked me to fill in a risk assessment for teaching the children to play the accordion.
And you went for hearing, putting their fingers in the bellows,
dropping it on themselves.
Getting something caught in the bellows.
Being insulting to other people's ears. Stuff like
you still teach them, so.
Yeah. That's great. I'm really looking forward. Have we got a guest for tonight?
We do have a guest. Yes, our guest is waiting in the wings, as they say. He's in the green room.
He's in the green room.
I can't
see him. I can't see him just now. I can just see.
No, if you're there, Matt, you like to turn your mic, you turn your camera on. That'd be great. There he is.
Yeah, we didn't want to bring a blank screen on, did we?
No, Peter, you can do the intro this week.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, really looking forward to having a chat with this gentleman because I've never met him personally. I've heard a bit about him, and of course he's turned up in the list for the semi-finals of the Young Traditional Musician of the Year, the BBC Trads, the BBC one, BBC Scotland.
Yeah, BBC Radio Scotland,
yeah. So really looking forward to a wee catch up here, and very interesting to hear where his influences, etc., came from, because he was brought up in Croydon, outside London.
For those of you that are not where Croydon is on the mainland.
That doesn't even mean a lot. Doesn't mean a lot.
It doesn't
yell.
That's fine. Exactly.
Yeah. So anyway, without further ado, let's bring on Matt Tighe. Matt Tighe.
Hi guys, how's it going?
Welcome.
How are you? Are you well?
I'm well. I'm in one piece. Yeah. How about you?
Yeah, good. Yeah, good. It's been a busy day playing. I was playing on the island north of here last night, so it's been ferry journeys, and done a wee show this afternoon up there as well, so it's been good. And then back home to see what's happening, so it's good. So you're in Glasgow tonight with us. Do you live in Glasgow now, Matt?
I do. Yeah, I moved up just after the big lockdown. Got locked. So yeah, I've been here just over 2 years now.
How are you finding it?
Very good, very good.
Enjoying it.
Much nicer than London.
Right. Okay.
Very different side of London. Being a traditional musician in London is pretty hard on the soul in London.
Yeah.
But that's about it here.
Right. Well, we'll touch on that in a wee while, because I was going to say, where did that all come from, etc., etc. So you were brought up in Croydon. was your first instrument fiddle? Well, we say fiddle. You're on as a fiddle player tonight, but violin. So was your first instrument violin then? Was it?
Yeah, pretty much. I had
Everyone's voted for me.
a botched attempt to learn the piano, and gave it a break. And then I found the violin, fiddle, and fiddle music, and got into that heavily, and I'm still into it.
Right. So did you learn at school, or was that privately then, or?
No. I always learned privately. There was just a local teacher, and that's just the way it went.
Yeah. Okay. So, what kind of music were you playing at that point in time? Sorry, I'm picking up the beast has arrived. Here we go.
What's the name?
So, sorry.
What's the name of the beast?
Oh, this is Luna.
Oh, that's a good name.
Space dog. Space dog or spaced out dog. I'm not exactly sure. So, was it mostly classical you were playing at that point in time then?
It was kind of a mixture. I guess I started off learning classical music, but my dad, well, both my parents, but especially my dad, have very eclectic musical tastes, and there was all sorts of other musics flying about the house.
Cool. Which is always a great thing, of course, because it gets the mind going and creates ideas, etc., etc. So it's I'm trying to tell a lot of the kids that are doing their National Fives just now at school and that, listen to everything, listen to absolutely everything, because they've brought composition back into the program again, and the more you listen to it doesn't matter what it is, every genre you might get an idea to put something in somewhere. It might be two notes you nick or a bar, but it doesn't matter. It's great.
Here's one for you, just to completely, when you're talking about playing or listening to music that you're not necessarily what you are learning. We're all aware of how session musicians work. They get a phone call, they get a gig, and they do the stuff and that. Did you know that the current hit by Dua Lipa on the Barbie soundtrack has Chad Smith from the Red Hot Chili Peppers on drums?
What?
Yeah, he is the session musician. Yeah, he is the session musician on that. So a rock drummer on a pop dance track.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, yes.
Yeah.
Absorb all music.
Let's have a set of tunes for Matt, and then we'll go back to and speak about things. What are we having here?
We've got a track from Matt and Tad Sargent. Don't Let It Bring You Down. Do you want to tell us a bit about this one, Matt?
So this is a song by Neil Young that Tad absolutely loves. And so myself and Tad, funnily, we made an album just before COVID. Like, we finished it in the February of 2020, and we've still got it, and we've never released it. But we released this little track over lockdown just because we thought we've got it, we may as well, and we were bored.
Yeah.
So we did it. But yeah, so we've got like a whole album that we're sitting on them. Maybe we'll wait until we've made our millions, and it will be like that album in the vault. Release.
The one that turns up that everybody goes, I want that.
Yeah.
That was
a personal bootleg.
Yeah. That's the best case scenario. Yeah.
I've never heard anybody doing that, planning the bootleg before the next album. So that's good. That's forward thinking. That.
Right, let's have a listen.
Man lying by the side of the road with the lorries rolling by, blue moon sinking from the weight of the load, and the buildings scrape the sky. Cold wind ripping down the alley at dawn, and the morning paper flies. Dead man lying by the side of the road with the daylight in his eyes. Don't let it bring you down. It's only castles burning, find someone who's turning, and you will come around. Blind man running through the light of the night with an answer in his hand. Come on down to the river of sight and you can really understand. Red lights flashing through the window in the rain. Can you hear the sirens moan? White cane lying in a gutter in the lane. If you're walking home alone, don't let it bring you down. It's only castles burning. Find someone who's turning, and you will come around. It's only castles burning. Find someone who's turning, and you will come around. Don't let them bring you down. It's only castles burning. Find someone who's turning, and you will come around.
Fantastic.
Lovely production.
Yep, very nice.
Just,
very nice.
Before we go any further, ladies and gentlemen, can I ask you to keep sharing the show and keep your comments coming in and let us know where you are in the world? We always like to know that. And if you've got any questions you'd like to ask Matt, pop them in. And
Tough.
We'll see.
I mean, yeah, brilliant.
Tough. We're not doing questions. What do you think? That's it. Politics tonight or something? Nope. That's not how I feel. Anyway. So, but if you've got anything you want to ask, it's because it's a really interesting. I think Matt's an amazing upbringing, been brought up where he was and ended up in Glasgow doing what he's doing.
Yeah.
So,
I've got a question for you, Matt. Is there any Celtic blood in your family, or is it because it is kind of strange for someone to just want to play trad when it's not really common in the area?
Yeah, well, so my dad grew up in London, but my granddad's originally from Dublin. So that's I suppose that's the connection. But I mean the Irish scene in London is pretty massive, and the Irish music scene in London is also pretty massive. Admittedly, not so much in Croydon. So there was still a little bit of a way to travel for music, be going up to North and Camden and that type of thing.
What does happen in Croydon then if there's no Irish music?
There's a pipe band, isn't there?
That's it. Right. So if you're not in Irish music, you're in the pipe band, and that's it.
I think that's it. Yeah, that's probably the best way forward.
Yeah, that's
Okay, yeah,
interesting.
that's fair enough. That is because sometimes you find that there is folk out there that just they hear it and they like it and they go and kind of follow that train. Because there's no, well, I play the pipes, if you're aware, but there's nobody in my family at all plays the pipes. I am. It's just kind of what happened.
You're looking at black sheep then.
Well, my dad plays the accordion, so he's the black sheep.
Oh. Guess what I play? The accordion and the pipes.
Banjo.
And banjo. But yeah, Matt, it's quite interesting because listening to that's a great production, by the way. Did you get somebody to put that all together for you, the video production, that great video?
Yeah, it's done by a guy called Ian Stevenson. He's living in Northumberland.
Right, really
oh, yeah.
Really
yeah,
great.
He's done work for Ponzalis, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's done some work.
Yeah,
Yes,
right.
yeah.
Oh,
see, I do pay attention.
Yeah,
Very,
he used
very
to play
good,
the
yeah.
band with Brian Finnegan and Aidan O'Rourke.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So yourself and Tad have been working as the duo. It's amazing listening to the sound you were getting there, because it did remind me still of a bit of English folk, but then when the fiddle came on, it was incredibly Irish Celtic. So it was a kind of combination thing going on there, a bit of mix and match. But it works really well. So have you played together quite a while now then?
Yeah, we've played together for quite a while. We've not really done anything since COVID.
Yeah.
In terms of gigs, although we did have this one random thing come in that we did in May for a new Disney series, so that was quite fun and exciting.
Okay.
Not Disney series like I don't know. I don't watch many Disney series, but it's not like Cinderella. It's more like Peaky Blinders, that type of thing.
So what you're saying is you're in the latest Marvel film.
Yeah.
I take it, are you not allowed to disclose this yet? You're being very secretive about this.
They didn't really tell us much about it, apart from the fact it's the same crowd that produced Peaky Blinders, and it's set in London in the 1800s, and it's about an illegal boxing ring.
It's really funny because when I went to watch Peaky Blinders, and one of the first shows that I watched, there was a tune going on in a bar or outside or something, and it was a Shetland reel the fiddler was sitting for. And I thought, what? And it was quite amazing. It was getting rattled away there. So it's amazing what turns up. But it's really good how many trad musicians are getting used nowadays in different programs, especially across big things, you know.
So, it's called 1,000 Blows.
Yeah, that's it.
It's
David's in there. Brilliant. Fantastic. Watch out for that, folks. There
12 episodes.
That's great. So you've been working on that quite a bit then through the summer and things.
Not so much through the summer. We did we did some work in May. We did some time in the studio, and then most of the time actually was on set. So we're all done up in like Victorian gear and stuff. It was fun. It was pretty taxing. Like, fair play to actors. Like, we musicians have it. I didn't realize how much easier we have it sometimes. But
yeah, I think with the acting thing, is it no just hanging about so much is something.
Yeah, hurry up and wait, that type of thing. Yeah.
There was a kind of popular show called Shetland that was shot up here. It was a detective thing. You'd have thought everybody died in Shetland. I think there's been one murder in Shetland in 30 years or something, but then they arrived. Perez arrived, and there was one every second month. But up here it was kind of funny because they didn't use a lot of some local music, but not loads. But a lot of the music was shot in Glasgow, in pubs in Glasgow, for bits up here, you know, which was kind of fun. But we did get asked to leave the set one day. They were doing something on the street, and my wee girl was making too much noise, so they asked us to leave. Nicely.
There is a clip of Shetland which had a certain Mr. Lorne McDougall playing pipes in the bar.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
I don't think he's been to Shetland yet.
Yeah, you hardly and you hardly ever hear pipes in Shetland. That's the other thing. That, so,
The funny thing is, Peter, the Shetland's a bit like Midsummer, isn't it?
what? The Midsummer Murders. Right.
Per head
Anyway,
of population
listen,
is really high.
we're diversing here. Anyway, Matt. Right. So, tell me. So, what was the next step? How did you get into the trad stuff down where you were? Was there clubs you went to or something like that?
I went to a few festivals and heard some really, really great live bands and musicians, and sort of got into it that way. And then looking for traditional music outside those summer festivals, I found there's 2 folk clubs in Croydon. I think there's still 2. There was at that point anyway. And then there's never really been too much of a shortage for sessions in London, so there was plenty of opportunity to go out and play tunes with people.
Okay, because I think we have to point out here for the ladies and gentlemen at home, Matt, you're 23. You're not. It's not like you're 40 years old and we're doing this for the last 30 years or something like this. But you're 23, so you're kind of there's a lot happening already, kind of style thing in your young career.
I'm almost 23. I'm actually 28. I was 28 yesterday. What does it say 23 on my biography? That's hysterical. That shows you how much I update my website.
It does, but there you go. I was just, well, that's a compliment. Forget that, folks.
So-
He's not 23.
So you're 28 when?
He should know much more than he does.
You turned 28 when?
Yesterday.
I turned 36 yesterday.
No, wait. What day is it today? I'm not good. Oh, it's the 8th, the day before yesterday.
Oh, the Friday. So, I turned 36 yesterday.
Oh, that's fine. We're going on
there we
to the 8th.
Well, I'm glad we clarified that, and Matt's now got something to do at the end of the show, like go and change his website over a little bit.
Or during the next clip.
Yeah.
Which is...
Right, what's our attitude?
I'll change it to 30 just so I give myself a little bit of leeway so I don't have to change it again for too long.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, just put 31 or something. I'll do.
Yeah. So we've got a video next with Luke Daniels.
Yeah.
And it's called Cucumber Jungle. Discuss.
Cucumber Jungle is about a garden. Not that a brilliant story. It's by Cucumber Jungle. The tune is by a Northumbrian musician called Gideon Sutton. Great box player. Bless you.
Pardon me.
So it's two tunes by Julian and one by Damien O'Kane called The Mystery Inch.
Fantastic. Here we go.
absolute class.
Brilliant.
What a groove!
Loved it.
See the groove going there. Wow, it's just happening. Oh, it was lovely. You'd listen to that all night. Fantastic.
Oh, glad you enjoyed it.
When you studied at Trinity in London, obviously the classical side, and then, well, I'm going by what you've sent me in this bio, so you've probably trained by now.
Yeah.
The Alexander technique, tell me, what is that? I've
Oh,
never heard
no, that's up to date. That bit's right.
Right.
Actually, I was going through the bio when I sent you the bio when I was in Barcelona airport. I thought, oh, Christ, I better do it. So I was looking through it, and I thought, no, that's not right. No, that's not right. And then I took a load out, and then I put the Alexander thing back in, but I obviously didn't see that I'd said I was 23.
Yeah,
you were 23.
You left the
23
23 on purpose, didn't you? Come on, admit it. You left the 23 on purpose. You just thought, I'll go with it. What's it? What Alexander technique? Tell me, what is it?
Alexander technique. It's so basically I came to Alexander technique at college, and it's then for me it was basically a way to play in a more free and effortless way, basically resulting in less pain. At that point I was getting quite a lot of, like, as a lot of fiddle players do, shoulder pain and neck pain and that sort of thing. And yeah, it's just I mean, that's what I used it for then. I wouldn't say that's kind of the point of it. That's just a great bonus of it, basically.
So you studied that. Do you teach that as well then now, Alexander?
So at the moment I'm training to teach it, yeah.
Yeah. Right, great.
I suppose the current generation of musicians who are also doing social media as well will probably find that this should be a benefit to them, because obviously everyone's kind of hunched over, so it's always there's pain in the shoulders anyway from a lot of people with looking at their phones and tablets, things like that. So I think you might get a lot of people interested in that in Glasgow anyway.
Yeah, no, 100%. It's sort of a big part of it is highlighting the relationship between your physicality and your attention, which aren't really two different things. No. From an Alexander point of view. So yeah, phones is a great example of that.
Yeah, and then you could play the accordion like me, and you're just knackered by the age of 35, no matter what happens. That's how it goes.
You've been knackered for 20 years.
Thanks. Yeah, I have. Yeah, you're right. It feels like that. Yeah, absolutely.
I thought you were saying you're 35 just now. I thought.
Alan Monroe is asking relaxation and posture. Okay. Right. I never knew that.
Brilliant.
Right, jumping back to 2017. Obviously, you said you didn't move up to Glasgow after COVID, but you brought your first album out in 2017 on Green Tracks.
Yeah.
I noticed Brian McNeil produced it for you. That must have been a great experience in itself, I would have thought.
Yeah, that was a great experience. Yeah. Brian's pretty amazing at what he does. Absolutely.
I mean, when I was young, and we used to follow him in the Battlefield band at the time when he was in the band, and as a solo artist, remember his solo albums, he wrote some amazing songs and great arrangements and just stuff that would stick in your head forever when you hear it.
Yeah,
but it must have been nice.
Say again?
It must have been great working with him though, to see what he's been up to and things.
Yeah, and we recorded it at Watercolour Studios in Fort William, in the combination of the Nick Turner, who does a lot, he bones the studio, a lot of work in it. Yeah. Combination of the two of them, because they know each other pretty well. It was pretty killer. Yeah.
Wow. The album was pretty successful and has done very, very well. But people that would still like to buy it can get that through your website, can't they? You've got links on there that they can still.
Yeah, you can get it from the website, or you can get it from the Green Tracks website still. I believe.
So there's Matt's website, folks, for you. In fact, jump onto Matt's website and check him out, and check out things like what age he is and things like that, and different things. And
let's play a game. Let's try and find out what else needs changed.
Can I just put a blanket disclaimer We're like, this is my bio. Not all information is true. Then I'm covered. It's fine. I don't need to change.
Not all information is current.
Yeah. He was 23 at a point in time.
I can't really criticise here in any way whatsoever when I scheduled today's show for 8 a.m. rather than 8 p.m. But it doesn't matter. We've got there. So.
Yeah.
What's
I just
an
noticed,
A&E?
according to Music Scotland's website, you were also a semi-finalist in the BBC Radio 2 Young Folk Awards.
That's true.
I like how you had to think about it yourself. Was it?
Feels like a lifetime ago. Yeah, that would have been 2014. It was a while back.
Who won it that year?
Greg, Russell, and Kieran Alger.
Right.
Okay.
What previous guests have we had on that's won that? Did Simon Tumeyer win that?
No.
Really? Might have won it.
Did he? The Young Folk Awards. Simon Tumeyer won it.
Did he?
Don't go and check. Talk amongst yourselves.
Did Tim Eady win it?
I think Tim's won the main
Or
one.
been in it?
Yeah.
Winners
We have
nomination.
so many guests. It's difficult. I'm sure Simon Tumeyer had something to do with it at one point in time.
I think so. Yeah. I think Ian Stevenson won it as well at some point.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
More recently, it was Josie Duncan and Pablo Lafuente won it, and also I think Misha McPherson won it.
Misha won it recently. Yeah. Canaris have been nominated.
I was just reading the thing about Josie Duncan there. I think she touring just now with Catherine Tickell, and you just mentioned Catherine. You just mentioned Catherine there just not long ago as well that you worked with. Right, so we're on awards. So this is the new award coming up that you are gunning for. You don't have to give away any of your performance tracks here at all, unless you want to, of course, because that would be an exclusive, and we love that in this show. But you don't have to. But how are you looking forward to this one?
Yeah, it's going to be good. It's a bit surreal. I mean, the Radio 2 one seemed always to me to be a little bit like, I think the age limit was 16 to 21 or something.
Right.
And I don't know many people who have something particularly meaningful to say at the age of 16, or maybe I just wasn't a particularly meaningful 16-year-old. But the guys that seem to do BBC Radio Scotland one are all like at the top of their game.
Yeah, they're playing.
It's super exciting. Yeah, I know a few people who are doing it, and I'm super excited to meet a few of the others that I've never met. Did you have? Is it Evie Waddle on
last week? Yeah.
Yeah, I checked out some of her stuff. It's amazing. It's so cool.
Yeah. And we have Robert John McInnes on in October. Juliette Lamoni in October. We have George Spence in November. And then we've had other. I think most of the other ones have been on in the past, like John Dew and all that sort of stuff. So
of course, George Spence is for the island I was playing on last night. Actually, he's for Unst originally, George, but and his father Stephen's actually a really famous fiddle player, Stephen Spence, and he's composed an awful lot of music. I think he's got about 6 books out or something.
No pressure.
He's written some cracking tunes. His father. But so I take it. Are you just doing fiddle when you go into this, or are you doing anything else? Or
just the fiddle.
Yeah. So that'll be the 2 fiddle player contingents, the 2 of you guys then. So that'll be interesting.
Yeah. There's not many instrumentalists this year, as far as I can remember. It's a lot of singers, which is quite nice.
But I suppose when you're talking the young one that's in it, there's Blythe Cleland, isn't she? She's very young.
Blythe, 18 or 19.
Blythe Shand.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
brother's Cleland.
Remember, we had the Shand family on the show about how long ago was that, Davey? A year ago or something? I don't know.
About that now, yeah.
And she was so shy, she wouldn't have come on. So she must have turned round in a year when she's going to take on this. So this is quite interesting. So,
but that's it. It's you've got 2 pipers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with voice. 2 fiddles, a cello, and then 1 piano and accordion.
Aye, so there's not a lot. There's not so much instrumental going on there this time.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, good.
But we're
Well,
looking forward
we
to it.
wish you all
It's
the-
really,
We
really good.
wish you all the best for that. That'll be great. Are you preparing? Are you thought about it? Are you?
I thought about it and then I stopped thinking about it because
Because
I
you were fixing your website at the time, so you'll think about it once you get your website fixed. That's okay.
I thought about it, then I went on holiday and didn't think about it at all.
It's so interesting how different individuals deal with these things. You get some people that have a rough idea, but then wait for a while and then go with the flow and then just go and do it. And then you get other people that plan and everything's by the second. It's quite interesting how it works.
yeah, I
But sometimes think with the traditional thing, I don't know if you agree or not, but I think there's a wee bit of, if you overplan, it's going to kill it.
Yeah.
Because it's such a free form music we live in that it has
Yeah,
to live
but-
a wee bit sometimes, but I don't know.
I think it's easy to make it square.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and-
because
yeah,
this year
you wanna-
it's Jen Butterworth and Jen Austen are the accompanists on
Yeah,
guitar
that'd
and
be great.
piano. So how does that work? Do you have to give them breakdowns of chord sheets, or do you just kind of how does it go about? Or do you not?
Well, I've never done this before, so I'm going to give them charts. Yeah.
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 I don't know. If
I know,
I'm meant
I know
to-
for the
I'm
I
gonna
know
do
for the
that.
finals it's all charts.
Yeah.
Because I've and you get, I think I want to say you get an hour or 2 hours rehearsal, and that's it for the finals.
Yeah. I think. Yeah. I
But
don't
you
know.
know,
I think it's just one.
but I think Matt's right though when he's talking with a lot of these guys are totally on their game. So when they're on their game just now, they're going to go in and go through this. It's not like I quite agree with Matt a wee bit. Actually, sometimes a 16-year-old would be very, very lost in that. They would be like, "What do I do here?" Sometimes, and that's a shame. And that could turn two ways as well. That could put a 16-year-old off playing.
Well, it's lucky that Blythe's 17, eh?
Yeah. What's another track of music? Go ahead, okay, another
Yeah.
couple from that.
So we've got another one for yourself and Tad, and it's called Meantime. Do you want to tell us a bit about this one?
This is the first track off of the album that I did release and you can buy from Green Track.
Good. That's good.
Yeah.
This is the one you can get on the website, folks. You can buy this one. It's all right. You can get it.
Yeah.
The other one you can't get because they're holding it back for a rainy day.
Yeah, when we need a $5 for an ice cream or something.
When they go, when
To be
they're
fair,
doing the last farewell tour again, they'll release that
If you put it on Bandcamp, there's no cost behind it.
one.
It's true. It's true. And it's just sheer laziness. What do I do? Do I launch the album or do I change my website? I can't be doing both. So
He's got a point. He's got a point.
Davey, give the guy a break. He's got to play the fiddle in the middle with us somewhere.
Oh, I know. Here we go. Here's Meantime. Love it. One of my favourite things
Fine
is a
sounding.
stop.
Yeah.
I do like a stop.
Full stop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and it's a bit easier on a recording, but when you doing it live and you're that gelled as a group. Yeah, it's just
It's a really nice
films.
instrument.
Yeah,
Nice instrument you've got. Nice sounding. Really nice tone coming out of that piece of wood.
Yeah.
Says you.
Yeah, a stop. I like a good stop as well. I always find that's a weird question. It's like, how do you end a set of tunes and not make it the same every time? I think there's a formula of doing the same stuff.
It's like writing a reel and trying not to use the same last two bars, though, isn't it?
Yeah. But that's the thing. When it's a recording, it's a bit easier to kind of finish a track because you can do a fade if it's if it's a theme on a loop, you can kind of fade it out and then fade into the next track. But yeah, if you're playing live, you kind of have to do something a bit more interesting.
Yeah.
Or you just walk backwards away from the microphone and just make it quieter.
Yeah. Just walk off stage.
I tend to try to juggle fire and things.
Try. Is that why you've no eyebrows?
Last night's venue was lovely. Right.
Yeah, Alan Monroe's got a question for you. Nice sounding fiddle. Do fiddle players collect/change fiddles like, say, accordionists and guitarists?
Maybe not in the same way as guitarists or box players, but yeah, I've got two fiddles. I'm not looking for another one, but I do like having the two fiddles. And I know there are some people who just go through them like, I don't know, whatever you go through. And just buy them.
But I think one of the hardest things, when I opened the music shop nearly 30 years ago in Shetland, in Lerwick, I remember things like a set of dominant strings or something like that was 30 quid then for a fiddle. And I mean, strings and things for violins now are hugely expensive. It's incredible.
Yeah, they can be. A bit depressing, really, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm quite partial to gut core strings.
Right.
Sort of like, I don't know, sheep gut, I assume, round in whatever metal, silver or steel. And they can be quite dear, but I do like the sound. They're a really lovely sound.
Saying that, you have to feel for the poor old double bass player right enough. They really have to fork out for a set of strings.
Yeah.
But they can buy an individual string. They sell them individually as well. Unlike other instruments, you buy a set and you're like, oh, I don't actually need.
No, but they're not.
Like a box of A's.
Oh,
dear me. But it's always been a strange one with musicians of collecting instruments and playing different instruments. Pipers, not so much. I don't think it's you.
No, I think they got a set that you like, and that's it.
A couple of sets you might be maybe looking for a sound, but yeah. And violinists seem to eventually find one, and that's their sound. That they're kind of looking for, and I think it's different to accordionists because accordionists can have a certain sound on one and a different sound on another that they're looking for recording. But a violin, as I think somebody mentioned, it's a voice. It's how the performer is singing with the instrument. I think that's what makes it unique.
I don't have many. I don't have many accordions. I only have about 8 or something. That's not many.
Do you want to tell Karen that?
Yeah, my wife doesn't agree.
Yeah, no, it was fantastic sound.
Yeah, really.
But I do think you should look at getting that first album released, even digitally, because there's some of the stuff on that's brilliant.
Yeah, it'd be good.
Yeah, no, it's on the to-do list. It's been on the to-do list.
Great.
With the website.
With the website, yeah.
Oh, it's brilliant. So leading up to obviously the semi-finals, which are in October, have you got much planned up to then and after that?
Well, so my other half, she's a a fiddle player as well. She's a classical violinist we met at college, and we do quite a lot of work for live music now. So we've got quite a lot of stuff up until December with them. So we do work in a school in Renfrew, which is pretty amazing, and we're going to go up to Aberdeen for a week and work at an ASN school there, which we did a week in the last term of last academic year, and it was pretty amazing.
Yeah, great. Yeah. Well, if you're coming to Aberdeen, all you have to do is jump onto the boat and you can come and see me.
It's tempting. I mean, Aberdeen's fine. Like, I mean, it's okay, but I wouldn't go there for a holiday. Maybe. No. That's a controversial thing to say, but I did see the ferry terminal. And I thought, well, why not? Maybe.
Yeah. No, we're up in Shetland, so you're another 12 hours in the boat. We'll get you up here, no bother at all.
Yeah, that's what puts me off.
Well, you can fly. It's an hour on the plane. It's not long. There's a really strange thing going on just now. I've been asked to go and play a festival or a kind of long weekend thing in the Faroe Islands next year, and I'm having to work out my travel to get the band up there. And believe it or not, I mean, we're halfway between the Faroe Islands and Scotland, where we are. But we're having to go down to Edinburgh and fly from Edinburgh to the Faroes, and the flight takes an hour and a quarter. But to fly from Edinburgh to Shetland takes an hour. So I didn't get this at all. I'm not sure what's going on.
Physics.
So, but it's mental. There used to be a ferry, a ship that went every week from. It went from Iceland to the Faroes to Shetland to Norway, Denmark, and done a round trip every week. And it was really good because you used to could get on at Shetland, and go to Faroe or Iceland quite easily. And everywhere was 12 hours, so it's all about 12 hours, it's all equal. So you could go. In fact, I played at a festival on that boat once. They had a music festival on the boat, and we sailed from there over to Norway and done a night and then back the next night. But it was so handy. But now we have to fly from Shetland to Edinburgh and then from Edinburgh to Faroes. So it's quite interesting. Carry on.
It's funny because I was saying to the missus about that gig that you offered me in the Faroes.
Yeah.
That it'll be from Aberdeen up. That you come down, we meet there and go back up again.
Yeah, see. Yeah, we'll see what will happen. That'll be good.
That's almost as good as the gig I've been offered in 2025, which is Cape Town.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be good.
On that note, yeah. So, Matt, it's been great having you on tonight, and good luck with the semi-finals and hopefully, touch wood, the finals in January at Celtic Connections. But we're going to leave you tonight with a live track with yourself and Luke Daniels at Wickham Festival called Banjo Breakdown. Is this the pipe tune Banjo Breakdown, or is it a variation of a tune called Banjo Breakdown? Or is it just a banjo getting broken?
I think it's the third one. It's a Luke Daniels tune, and I assume it's written for a dead, deceased banjo. I assume.
Well, it's not the is it?
Yeah, it's not that.
So it's a really happy moment then of the deceased banjo, because that's my thinking. Each their own.
Yeah, I mean it's a fairly upbeat tune, so yeah, maybe it put him in a good mood.
Well,
right. Again, thanks so much for joining us, Matt, and good luck, and hopefully we'll see you again.
Cheers.
Good to speak to you. Hope to see you someday, Matt. Take care, man. Thanks.
Cheers. You too.
Michael Williams, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks very much. We'll see you again. Thanks very much. Enjoy the rest of the day. You've been fantastic working.
Brilliant stuff.
Brilliant.
Really, really good.
I'm sure we've seen that pianist before.
Oh, I've lost you a wee bit there, David. Is it me that's frozen at you?
No, neither of us. Probably me. I said I think we've seen that pianist before. Mr.
We
Biggins.
certainly have. I'm glad you were careful the way you said that.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Well
Absolutely
pronounced. Well, some player, eh? You know what I think's amazing about him though? What amazes me about Mr. Biggins is that he's obviously a classically trained piano player and all that, but it's the way he gets the feeling into the trad stuff. It's unbelievable. On a piano.
Effortless.
On a piano. I mean, a piano is not an easy thing to play triplets on and things like that. Though. It's fair enough on an accordion, but when you go into a big piano keyboard, it's not an easy thing to do. Not at all.
Back to earlier on in the show, we mentioned a Disney program. The Mickey Mouse has been on the phone and asked us not to mention it again. So that was called 1,000 Blows, and it's on Disney Plus in the UK. And it features an unknown actor called Stephen Graham.
Oh yes. Yeah.
So it's quite a big thing, yeah.
Yeah, he's rubbing shoulders there. And Mickey Mouse doesn't know anything. Doesn't he know anything anyway?
Well, Mickey does Walt Disney.
That's the one I couldn't mind that. Ragging my
No,
brain.
it's not. What's the difference between Bing Crosby and Walt Disney? Bing sings and Walt Disney.
Bing sings. Yeah, with that. Anyway, thanks very much to Matt Tighe there. I really enjoyed that. As a new musician,
yeah, it's really good.
New musician really and good. A new person producing it, and that's really great. I see Mary Tyndall saying she's going to have to catch up because she'd missed most of the show. Mind, that's a wonderful thing about this show, folks. You can watch it back. It's on YouTube. It's on Facebook. Just watch it back. It's good to share it with your pals. Anyway, thank you very, very much for tonight. We have a guest for you next week as well. It's a fiddle player next week, actually.
Yes.
Funny
Who booked that one?
Yeah. Never mind. It's a young lady next week for you, ladies and gentlemen, from the Orkney Islands. A lady called Fiona Driver. I've known Fiona for years and years and years. So she can't be that young because I've known her for a while. I didn't say that. Anyway,
recorded, Peter.
Fiona is a fabulous musician, fabulous fiddle player. composer and teacher now as well. And she actually done the same degree course that I did, same year. So Fiona's a great player. So look forward to that. We'll have Fiona for a blether. I'm not sure if she's coming on for Inverness or coming on from Orkney, but we'll find that out as we go through the week.
She could be on the ferry.
She could be on the ferry with us, so you can be wherever you want.
That's the good thing about it.
You can be in a departure lounge in an airport. You can be in Tesco's.
Or in Asda.
Yeah.
Right, I'm away.
That's it. Anyway, thanks very much, Davey. Thank you, folks. Thanks for joining us. And we'll see you next week at 8 p.m. 8 p.m. I've made a note. No bother. See you later. Cheers, son. Cheers.